gentlemen, the Uncutt Podcast.
God, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I hate this screen. You can't get it all in.
Here, hold on, just for you, just so we can.
Oh yeah.
There, okay, you got your pose. Jesus
Right.
Christ. Oh, and you did the glasses that we told you we hate.
What? Dude from CSI Miami all of a sudden? Like,
After like seeing our guest in the green room, dude, I feel a little embarrassed doing the pose. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's way more jacked than you, bro. You can never do it again.
But I will.
You will, because you're a goof, and I love you. Anyway, gentlemen, how is everybody?
A lot better than I was last week, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I feel
Jesus, you were fucking dying. Everybody was dying except me last week. Just so everybody knows why last week was still a lot of fun, though. Fucking AC Mac was killer last week.
Seriously, dude, it was a real fun show, dude. Totally
dude. Robbie's getting over the vid. Matt's whole back exploded in the middle of the fucking episode.
I have a pinched nerve in my shoulder blade, and just when it goes,
when it's time, you're done.
Yeah, once I jumped off of here, I laid down on my floor, and I ended up falling asleep on my floor for 45 minutes before I was like, I should probably go to bed. So, day in the life.
So basically, everybody's health last week except mine. Because I was here. And I'm here again this week. I'm always going to be here for each and every one of you because I love this show. Not like those two. It's terrible.
Episode 26.
Episode 26 of the Uncut Wrestling Podcast. What?
We're just getting better by the day.
I can't believe I survived 25 of them.
I shouldn't have been here for one.
I mean, you've only been here for like 4, so that's crazy.
Here's a double Q.
Hey, but you know what, Matt? I got to give you credit. You did the legwork on this one. I'm gonna break the fourth wall down. Normally, it's me or Robbie pulling some shit. This time, Matt pulled a big one for us. I can't even fucking lie, dude. This is. Oh, I am dying, by the way. So if I'm just randomly hacking during the episode, I apologize to everybody.
You're sick tonight.
I can't get to the mute button every time, so. Matthew, why don't you do me a favor while I get down to the fucking video and introduce our guest tonight?
This is rare because normally this is on the other side of the table where this happens. But ladies and gentlemen, Ring of Honor's own, the Metalhead Mayhem, the Sledge. I call him Sledgerton. But ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he's already rolling his eyes. You've already made him angry. God,
Thanks,
he will.
man.
Oh! Tag. Oh, no. Oh, my God! The bungee cord, come on! Right across the throat.
Sledge on the fucking show, everybody.
Ouch! I was looking at watching that video pack. I was like, man, I've done some pretty horrible shit to people.
Dude, I love a good weed whacker spot. I'm a deathmatch guy.
What was that?
I'm a deathmatch guy. I love a good weed whacker spot, but every time I see it, it's just fuck.
Yeah, man. Can you send me that video? That video was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, bro, I got you. As soon as we're done.
Thank you. By the way, Matt, Mr. Love Panda himself, why does everybody butcher my moniker?
I totally shit the bed on that. I through it, and then I wanted to make sure I said Sledgerton, so I completely shit the bed through that. So on that, my bad.
they always say the Metalhead Mayhem, and I'm like, what the fuck is Metalhead Mayhem? What the fuck is that? Can
Is
I
it
cuss on this
Maniac?
thing? 'Cause
It's
I've said
Metalhead
fuck 4 or
Maniac,
5
right?
times now.
Yes.
Even I know that.
Okay, can I cuss on this thing? Because I literally have said
Oh, yeah.
fuck, like,
Please
6
do.
times now. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's the Metalhead Maniac Sledge.
My bad, bro.
All right, so
Oh.
let's try it again.
Get it right this time, Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Ring of Honor himself, the Metalhead Maniac, Sledge.
There you go. Thank you.
Much
Thank you.
Sledgerton.
Hey, you could have said the Metalhead Maniac Sledgerton. Like, I would have been okay with that. Like, but when everybody goes like the metal, and you're not the first person to do it. You know, you're not the first person to do it. And I'm like, man, is it really that hard to like get my moniker down? Like the Metalhead Maniac? Like, come on.
I had it ready too in the back.
I've had it for 11 fucking years.
Matt's excited, but I gotta throw out, man, that video was sick, dude.
That
Shout
video
out
was
to
badass.
TJ Vegas for that video.
Like,
Yeah,
they did
dude.
a deep dive on some shit.
Dude, I will say this about TJ. I know a lot about indie wrestling, I feel. And then that dude will pull out shit, and I'm like, I don't even know what show this is from. I've never seen this in my life. And I'm like, holy shit, what? Did you just
The most
do?
obscure shit you can
Like, he'll
imagine,
pull
right?
stuff from people that like are my friends. And I'm like,
Never
I don't
seen it.
even know who you're wrestling right here.
Yeah, I was expecting like some Ring of Honor highlights, which like were in there, and then it showed the death match with me and like JD Horn. And I was like, whoa, I haven't seen that in years, you know?
Dude,
So
TJ
yeah, that was
Vegas
cool.
is the king of the death matches.
Good thing he didn't
guy's
see, the
death match
fire-
knowledge is
He didn't put the
ridiculous.
fire spot in because I got lit on fire and that wasn't fun. So.
I did see you choking my good friend O'Shea Edwards, and I'm not really happy with that.
He
You can
is
eat me, so I'm not doing it.
O'Shea Edwards is an absolute just number one, just the sweetest person in the world,
Yes.
but a savage in the ring.
And he's a monster. Like, it's
A
so
monster.
weird to like talk to him in the locker room and then see what he does 5 minutes later to another human being, and you're like,
What?
wait.
I've been on the other
were
side of
just
it. I know.
talking about
I
written
felt-
meat heads a minute ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I've felt it.
imagine if he didn't like you, right?
I know. Yeah. No, we had a great little feud at Ring of
Yeah.
Honor. I was really, really happy with the way the way the little feud came out with me and him. I wish it would have went a little bit longer, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So
So I'm gonna start it out with the first question we start out everybody with.
if you
What was
ask me who fucking trained me, I'm gonna get really mad.
No, God, no. I hate that question.
That's
Oh
my
my God.
question.
Episode, I said I'm never gonna ask who trained somebody.
Oh my gosh, because it's like normal podcast people, like, do your homework. Like, please do your
Yeah.
homework before you bring me on the show. Like, don't ask me generic. Like, so who trained you? What got you into wrestling?
Oh, wait a
Nick,
minute. Okay,
Nick-
hold on.
Nick has now been thrown a curveball.
Second one. Mine is more. What was the moment you knew you wanted to be a wrestler?
Okay, I guess I'll allow that one.
God.
It was
Scared of a guest before. This is
SummerSlam '91. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. The storytelling they did in that whole match made me want to become a wrestler, and I was hooked on wrestling after that. I was a big Bret Hart fan, huge Bret Hart fan. We took that sternum buckle in the corner. Oof, the best sternum buckle I've ever seen.
Dude, the guy sold like nobody else, dude.
And now JTG's doing it on the indies. It's totally different. It's fucking awesome.
Don't go watch my TikTok about Bret Hart then, please.
Do you not like Bret Hart?
I may have said that Bret Hart is extremely overrated.
All right, guys. Well, this interview is over. See you guys. Have a good one.
Let me save this interview. I love Bret Hart.
I was a Shawn Michaels guy growing up, and
There's nothing wrong with Shawn Michaels. There's nothing wrong with Shawn Michaels. There was nothing wrong with Bret Hart. Hell, they had a hell of a feud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've had some of the most classic matches. I mean, was it WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match, 60 minutes?
yeah.
I mean, what a classic.
I think Bret was one of the best ever. He was a supporting cast when Hulkamania was running wild. When that ship sailed, dude, he took the reins. He was a great heel, a great baby face, dude. Technical wizard, dude.
Tell me who got people over more, Brett or Sean?
Brett.
Well, okay. Now I'll give you that. I will give you that one.
Tell me who made.
This was the point I made.
Nick,
This was the point I
tell
made.
me who made more stars, Brett or Sean?
Definitely Brett.
I'll go with Barry Horowitz on that one.
Barry Horowitz.
Barry
That's it.
Horowitz.
Friend
Former
of
guest of the show, friend of the podcast.
But
Robbie, save the show before I kill us.
But to be honest though, like who made, like, think of the major stars in professional wrestling. They had to go through Bret Hart. They
Knowledge
didn't have to
him.
go through Sean.
Acknowledge him.
Actually, if anything, Bret made Sean.
Oh.
Ooh, here we go.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
I mean, Bret made Steve.
In a way, you're not.
Bret made Steve. Before Bret made Steve, who did Bret make? Sean. Bret made, oh geez, you name it, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. He made so many different other people before they were so and so passed off to Sean.
Davey Boy. You could put Davey Boy in there.
Davey Boy. SummerSlam, what was it, 92,
Yeah.
94?
92.
92, right?
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium.
Yep.
Put him over like $1 million.
Yeah, true. And he went where? Look where he went from there. But question I kind of want to ask you.
Vince Diesel like Bret Hart. God damn it!
This is a
I've
question
had a
I've
whole
been.
life of not liking Bret Hart.
I love wrestling. Like, I could talk wrestling all night long, baby.
That was
Acknowledge him, Nick. That's all I gotta say. So this is a question I've been wanting to ask people with COVID coming, and we talked to a lot of indie guys during that
Is COVID
time
coming?
period. No, COVID, not Kobe.
No, COVID. Is COVID coming?
It's kind of going now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's going on. I watched your match with PCO,
Hmm?
empty arena match, dude. What was it like wrestling in front of nobody with the announcers and it being on TV? Can you walk us kind of through that, how that felt?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Did I really wrestle in front of nobody?
No, of course you didn't wrestle in front of anybody. There were people watching on TV, and there were
There it is.
announcers.
There it is. Nail on the head right there. You have to forget that when you're wrestling on television, a television product, you have to wrestle for the people on the camera as well.
Mhm.
So an empty arena doesn't, I've done that millions of times. I've done so many dark matches for WWE and so many wrestling in front of 5 people and all that. That's all easy for me.
Mhm.
It's to make sure that the shots get and the story gets over for the people at home. That's where it is right there. So I didn't wrestle in front of like an empty arena. Yeah, there's nobody in the arena, but I wrestled for the people at home because we're a television product.
Fair enough.
Now, speaking a little bit more into your past of everything,
Mhm.
tell me a little bit more about working with Sinn Bodhi in your past and the early faction work that you had with him and that relationship that you've had.
I like that. That's a good question. No one's asked me about Sinn for a long time. Sinn was one of those guys, Kazarne, was like the guy who polished me, I guess would be the best way to put it. Working with God, I want to call him by a shoot name so bad, but I'm not going to. I'm so used to calling him by that. Working with Sinn was amazing. I had, I'm trying to think how many matches I've had. Like, I felt like me, him, and Funny Bone were married to each other for a good year and a half. We wrestled in Mexico. We wrestled in dog collar matches and carnival, whatever you want to call them, matches, to cage matches, to you name it, man. Me and Kazarne, man, we wrestled all over the place. So yeah, it was definitely like a finishing school for me. Like working with him psychology wise and working with him, knowing how to work is the best way to put it, is really like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. We'll see you out there, kind of thing. Like, oh, we're just going to call things on the fly. I like that. Let's, it really, if that's the best way to put it, is the best way to kind of polish me, which I'm still being polished, but learning from Sinn was amazing. He's such a good dude. Such a good dude.
So, fan of the business, obviously.
Hate it.
Jeez, my cats are running around. If I like randomly get distracted, I'm sorry.
Fine.
Fan of the business, obviously. Still
You
a fan. Is it hard to watch wrestling now after you've been on the inside?
Fuck yeah.
I like asking this question to everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck yeah, it is.
Can you still watch it? Like,
there, if it interests me, I'll watch it. It has to have some kind of story behind it. The match has to have some kind of story. Something has to catch my eye. But honest, no, I really don't watch a whole lot of the product out there right now. I really don't. I mean, I catch like there was a match last night on AEW Dynamite, I think it was, that really interested me. Was Lee Moriarty versus Bryan Danielson. That really interests me. The reason for that is both technical wrestlers. Now, do I believe that Lee Moriarty could have done more with Bryan? Absolutely. But with the time restraint that they had and to get the story over with Bryan, to get to the story with Bryan and Mox, made sense. So I really enjoyed that segment. But yes, it's really hard to watch a lot of the stuff that's on television right now. It really is. Just because it's not really story based. You know, it's very, let's do indie shit and see if it gets over. So I'm very story based. I love telling stories in the ring, and I love telling long stories to really get the fans, you know, involved in what is going on. I don't really like short-term stories because it seems like it's just, they try to put 8 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I got kind of two questions. One's just a follow up from what we
You only
started
get
out.
one.
Oh, come on, man. It's my show.
The hell for this?
whoa.
It's our
Oh, he
show.
He just literally said, fuck you, Nick. Fuck you, Matt. This is my fucking show.
Look,
No,
we're
seriously.
just
The
all
guy who
riding
showed
back
up
to back
late-
trying to be superstars. That's all
The
we're
guy
doing.
who showed up late says, fuck you guys. It's my show.
LD's taking my place, huh? No, you were
taking somebody's spot.
You were talking about Bret Hart being one of your favorites when you first started watching. This is just a question I wanted to know as a fan. Who did you dislike when you first started watching wrestling? Like, who really got under your skin? You go, I think that guy sucks. I hate him. I want to turn the TV off when he's on.
That's a good question.
See,
I don't think there was anybody really growing up that I was just like, man, that guy is the drizzling shits. I really don't feel like watching him.
Bastion Booger.
Jimmy Jack Funk.
No, because like you back in the day, there was a good guy and a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, so you had to have it. So when one was the drizzling shits, at least the other one was somewhat okay. You know, Bastion Booger, Jesus. Did he have like duct tape? Wasn't that a duct tape singlet shit that he had on? It was weird. I wonder how many rolls of duct
after
tape.
he had been Friar Ferguson.
Yeah, I wonder how many
monk.
rolls of duct tape he went
It
through.
was like Norman the Lunatic
What is
too,
it?
way back in the day, right?
Norman the Lunatic, yes.
You know, but no, I mean, no, anything growing up, no, I don't really say like, damn, I just got to turn that off. Like, I think there's more shit nowadays that I go, I'm just going to turn that shit off. Like, that doesn't even fucking interest me at all. So there's probably more shit nowadays than there was back in the day.
If you're ready, you can go ahead, Matt.
Oh, bro, ask your part too. I don't care.
My part 2 was about promos. What's your psychology behind promoing? How did you learn how to promo? Who have you looked up to in promoing? And what's your take on how you promo?
That's a good question too, man. No wonder you run this show. You have good questions. You know, you don't sit there and try to tell me that Shawn Michaels is better than Brett, you know, and wear a hook shirt. And, you know,
I just noticed that.
I get my ass kicked, boys. This is it.
Mark, no, I'm joking.
There will be no episode 27 if
fantastic.
Nick has
I think
anything to do with it.
I love what Hook's doing. He's a no bullshit walk in, fucking fluffy hair, looks like he just fucking woke up, goes to the ring, whoops your ass, doesn't even wait to get his hand rings and just fucking bounces the fuck out.
Dude,
Love it.
How could anybody but Taz's son get away with that shit? And
Love
what
it.
else? What else could he do to get over being Taz's son?
And the shit that he does is smooth.
All of it.
The kid's
Smooth
like
as
5
fuck.
real matches into his career.
So good. He's so good. Like, hats off the hook. But what was your promos?
Yeah.
Who did I look up to in promos? Honestly, one of the person I really looked up to promos was Killer Cross. His promos are fucking like his stuff he did on the indies was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
And now he's on his way back. I just retweeted something of his promos. That guy, like, of knowing how to be a fucking ass kicker. That where you look at the guy and go, I do not want to fuck with that dude. Because people don't understand, man. This thing is such a powerful tool that we're talking into is a microphone. What does a microphone do? It projects, right? You don't have to yell into it to get your point across. On top of that, you don't have to yell to show emotion. Did Jake Robert ever fucking yell in his emotions?
Not one.
Not one. He just sat there and he talked really softly. He made you really listen to what he's going to say. And so you go like this. So you get brought in and go, what is he saying? Yeah. Those guys right there are where I learned how to cut promos. And realism. People relate to realism. Real life shit. People don't project to, I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker around. People don't project off that. But if you really want somebody's attention, man, and you really want somebody with promos, it's just talk normal. Talk like we're talking right now. I have all of your guys' eyes on me right now, waiting for the next thing I say. And I haven't said a fucking thing. It's that easy.
Where do I get the tickets?
So
So let's ask a little bit more of a haymaker kind of question to you. I know you've gotten a couple where it's made you think, but here, let's throw a little different one out. So with all the companies you've worked for, all the miles you've driven, all the places that you've traveled, when you go home, how do you turn it off?
That's a great question. Actually, another good one. I'm going to stop saying that's a great question, by the way. When I go, that's a shit question. But no, that's a good one. I had to learn how to. Yeah, when Nick asks a question, I'll bury him. No, he's burying himself. I don't have to do much. Look at him. He's just putting his head down. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I had to learn how to. Because when I was hot on the indies, when I first broke in, I was a 6'3", 200-something pound metalhead who wore eyeliner and had a look to him, and the WWE was already knocking on my door 6 months in. And I thought I was the absolute shit. And I was partying and girls and you name it and fucking blah, 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 blah. And I was living the rock star life, the Sledge life. And then when you realize that you have to actually turn them off sometimes and actually be a normal human being, that was a big pill that I had to learn. I had to learn the hard way. I didn't learn the easy way. I learned the fucking hard way. Losing everything, was a very eye-opener of, hey man, you gotta turn off Sledge and you gotta turn on your other persona, which is your personal life. You can't ignore one. And that's a lot of problem what the wrestlers do nowadays. Not nowadays, but back in the day, is they ignored them because they were on the road 300 days a year, 315 days a year out of 365, and they were home and they were trying to balance the home. I think Triple H said it perfect on like one of the Tough Enough things. I think it was Tough Enough 1. Oh, you want it for the glitz and the glamour? you know, and then when you're on your home, you got to be super dad. You got to be super husband. You got to be super, you know, wife. You got to be super mom. You got to be, you know, but while you're on the road, you don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to balance. You really do. And I know I'm rambling on about your question. But yeah, I had to learn the hard way how to turn one off and turn the other one on. And honestly, man, it's been the best for me. So I don't party anymore. So that's good.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to fuck up again.
Oh fuck.
I believe in you, Nick.
This is I told y'all this is gonna be the one where I get my ass kicked. I just knew it was coming.
Yep. I know what question this is too.
What's that? I
Is it-
don't know.
Oh, it's not the one about our mutual friend?
Well, yes, it is actually the one. About
We have a mutual friend.
Ass kicked. Yep.
Yeah, I am gonna get my ass kicked. So I was looking at your Twitter today,
Oh fuck.
and
You see my dogs?
tweeted at a company. I'm not gonna say the 3 letters, but you asked to face
MLW. I'll
Okay,
say it.
cool.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, good. I didn't know where the legalities were.
There's no legality. I'm my own entity.
Good shit. All right, so you tweeted at MLW and you called out Alex Kane.
Mhm.
And that's fucking insane. I want to see that myself.
Friend of the
Who
show.
else out there?
So tweet at him. Tell him you want to fucking see it.
I messaged him.
We did. We literally messaged him and tried to get him to come on tonight. I'm not even joking.
Alex? Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Alex has been on the show. He was like our 4th guest. It was pretty rare.
Yeah.
He was the first one Matt pulled, actually.
I actually found him on TikTok.
Same.
Us too.
Yeah, I found him on TikTok, and then we started following each other. I was like, oh fuck, you're from MLW, and I started doing a deep dive on him. Like, if I find somebody that's interesting, I'll do a deep dive. I watch everybody, but if you interest me, I'll do a deep dive. And that guy wants to face me, and I want to face him, and I say, let's fucking go.
I'm in.
I'm
in.
totally down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who else out there does Sledge want to face? I mean, obviously there's the big leagues, but like who right now in like the immediate future is in the fucking crosshairs?
Fuck, man, that's a horrible question. 'Cause I get
I
that.
know.
I get that question all
The
the time.
worst.
You
I get
suck.
that question all the time. There's not one person where I'm just like, man, I really want that match. There's so many people out there. I got to have one of my dream matches with Tom Latimer from NWA. This past a couple months ago. I want to say it was in November. I want to say October. That was one of my dream matches. One of my closest friends in the business. Somebody that I'm just like, man, that guy, we could tear a house down. There's just so many of them, dude. There's so many people out there that I want to wrestle that I haven't got a chance to wrestle. There's like half the Ring of Honor roster I want to wrestle that I haven't got a chance to wrestle. So, you know, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, definitely. Mike Bennett's up there. Mike Bennett is up there. Like, he's a guy I idolize. He's a guy I look up to. So if there's anybody to answer your question, as you cough on me,
I'm trying.
It's Mike Bennett, man. Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, because those two guys took care of me at Ring of Honor. Mike Bennett and Matt Taven took care of me at Ring of Honor. So those are two main guys that I would love to wrestle right now. Vinny too. I like Vinny. Vinny too. Has so many people. So many people.
Non-wrestling related, and you just brought up role model, which is ironic because that's the question I had for you. Non-wrestling related, who do you look
What you
up
think?
to? Who do you look up to, and who do you look up to as a role model? Non-wrestling.
Non-wrestling. Well, he's kind of in wrestling.
Okay, I guess
He's kind of in wrestling.
if the shoe fits.
I'm trying to make my way into broadcasting, which with my Twitch channel, which Twitch has been a fantastic tool to learn how to talk better and learn how to pronunciate things a lot better. Twitch.tv/Sledge805. Go give me a follow. We're building something fucking cool. Is Pat McAfee.
I love his energy, dude.
Pat McAfee. I love his show. He is a guy who built something from nothing. He was a soccer player. He kicked in the NFL. He went from the NFL to, I'm not quite sure what the fuck I'm going to do. And now he runs one of the most successful fucking YouTube shows out there. That's
Period.
live Monday through Friday. And now he works with WWE. I think he's actually in Saudi right now doing the Saudi Arabia show. I think that's why his show's been off this week.
Yep.
But Pat McAfee is one of the guys that I absolutely idol because I'm literally taking his blueprint that he has laid out and I'm adding it to my own stuff.
I think that's cool that you brought him up, dude, because that's one thing I think that's been missing from wrestling for a long time now is real good commentators that kind of throw that color back into it.
He's so good. And what's so cool about him, and he admits everything, which is so cool. I don't know if he's working us or whatnot, but he might be, he might not be, but whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. What's so fucking cool about him is he's like, they don't fucking tell me fuck all. And he gets to react how he feels. And that's the cool thing about wrestling, because that's what wrestlers forget. It's about emotion.
Yeah.
It's about what you can make the fans feel inside. And he gets to do that. And then we get to react to him as well, which is awesome. So, yeah, I love Pat McAfee. I love his show. The Hamadan boys, I love them all. Yeah. And I'm literally building my own show that debuts in September. Would you guys listen to me for 3 hours a day?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Liars. You guys fucking lie. You're just lying to me because I'm on your fucking show.
Dude, I jump into your TikToks and on your show all the damn time.
That's true. It's just because I send them to you. I'm just kidding.
It's funny though that you bring that because as somebody who I have that Pat McAfee grassroots ideology too on how he did it to the point where, as Nick knows, I have a Pat jersey in my closet.
Hell yeah.
How many people have a punter's jersey? I do. And that was before WWE. But before, I know you have to jump off here shortly, I wanted to address a little bit more of a serious topic and wrap up so you can.
You're cutting out really bad though. I don't know what's wrong with your audio, but your audio is cutting out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Better, worse?
Better.
Okay.
Better.
So as somebody who has been a survivor through addictions and recovery and things like that myself, as you've been such an open book about throughout your journey, what would be something that you would want to tell somebody to help potentially get them on their journey or help keep them going on their journey?
I'm not going to say that was a great question because it is a good question, but I just don't want to keep saying the same shit over and over again. It all starts with you. It really does. It all starts with you. You can send an addict to what's it called? Recovery, not recovery, but rehab. Thank you. You can send an addict to rehab as many times as you want, and they're going to continue relapsing because they don't want to be there. They don't want to take the steps to get sober. They are not ready. It all starts with here. It all starts with your mind. The mind is such a powerful tool. I tell people this, Indy, dude, I was homeless. I had nothing at all. I literally was Eminem, trash bag full of clothes, and I have been able to build. It's very small, but I've been able to build myself to where I am now by hard work and by mental understanding that you could do anything you want in this fucking world. You want anything you want. The only one that stops you is you. And the only one you have to look at in the mirror every single day is yourself. So you could do anything you want in this world. So you have to be mentally ready to take the next step of getting sober. Because if you're not, you're going to keep doing the same shit over and over again because you're not mentally ready to do it. It's true. And addiction's real. COVID fucked so many people up. It did. And I'm not political. I'm not anything like that. I've never, if you guys watch any of my shit, I never say anything about politics or anything like that. Okay. And it's just not my fucking get down. But suicide rate went up during COVID because the world shut down and there was no contact with other people. And people need that contact. People need contact with each other. Just like what we're doing right now. But it's different though. I need to reach out and touch somebody every once in a while. Okay. I'm totally okay with being home. I'm totally okay with it. But most of the time, a lot of people need that affection, right? And I know I'm going a little bit off topic and I apologize.
No, you're good. Of course,
but COVID suicide rate went up. No one was talking about that. Okay. No one talks about that at all, because suicide and addiction is so taboo. And so, not reality to a lot of people because people don't believe in addiction and people don't believe in suicide, right? But it's fucking real. I'm a living breathing. I literally had a fucking gun ready to fucking end it. But my best friend saved my life. The one that I was in that death match with saved my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back. I'm circling it all back around. But it's all about the mental. And if you're struggling with addiction, and you're struggling with financial, if you're struggling with alcoholism, if you're struggling with anything in this world, understand that there is always a way out. There's always a better scenario for you. You just have to, and I'm going to take it from EC3, you just have to change your narrative. You really do. You have to change the narrative. You have to change the way you think, and you have to change the way that you do things. And once you do those two things, everything else will start falling into place. Guaranteed.
It's really ironic that you say that. As I've spoken before on like TikTok, and I know I've told you personally, I had an attempt a couple of years ago and I was dealing with pill addiction. And when I had my attempt, I took a bunch of pills and I planned on just like falling asleep. And randomly I got a message from a mutual friend of all of ours, JD Drake from AEW.
Love
and
him.
Close personal friend of mine, and I know Nick's as well, Zacky Monstar, who I would love to see you in a match with.
Everybody wants to see me and Zach.
Yes.
You and Zach
Everybody wants to see me and Zach.
oh my God, you and Zach would destroy it. I promise you that, and I would fly for that show.
Yeah. I'm there.
Well, he runs the company, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Relax. Yeah.
In Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Let's fucking do it.
Talk to Kev.
I have. Nick, you want to get better on my good side, bro?
Yes, sir.
Let's get this shit done.
There you go. He's already on it. But yeah, back
You think I'm literally not messaging him as we speak?
Get on it, Nick.
if it wasn't for people like Drake and for Zach to randomly just pop up and know something was off after just like immediately talking to me, I wouldn't necessarily have that opportunity. And that's why I take the time to thank them, or I go see them when I get the opportunity to. And I love both of those guys. So seeing somebody that is quote unquote on that side of the curtain, who is so open and honest and genuine about his life, as somebody who considers you a friend, I completely thank you for that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That was beautiful, man. I'm 45 days sober myself.
Congratulations, man.
Yep.
One day at a time, bro.
Yep.
One day at a time. And trust me, not all days are going to be hard.
Yeah.
And not all days are going to be easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nick, you want to wind her down for him?
I do. But I ask the last question that I always ask. Hopefully it doesn't suck. When it's all said and done, the wrestling career is over, you're off living a real life. How do you want people to remember Sledge?
As somebody who gave back to professional wrestling, somebody that the youngsters can come up to and talk to and learn from. And I mean, I don't necessarily have to be fucking WWE champion. I don't have to be fucking anything like that. As long as my name is better than what it was to where it is now. And people know me as a guy that they can come to and know that I'm not going to fucking sit there and sugarcoat shit for them. I'm going to be real 100% honest with them to try to make them better as professional wrestlers and as humans. That's all I want. That's all I want. You know, I don't necessarily have to be fucking WWE champion. I want to be also a guy that, you know, if we put Sledge in that spot, he's going to fucking kill it every chance. Every time. He's going to fucking kill it.
It's good shit, man. Dude, I mean, despite the fact that you've handed me my ass for the majority of this 45 minutes,
40 minutes and 46 seconds.
give or take. Yeah.
Ass whooping.
God, again. Matt, pitch to him having full screen so I can quit fucking up.
Oh, this is weird. It's so weird being the quarterback on the show. So Sledge,
full screen on 2.
Yeah, we're gonna completely back out, have the full screen on you. You can shout out, give all your plugs, whatever it may be. On behalf of myself, Nick, Robbie, thank you so much for being on the show with us tonight.
Thank you guys.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, brother.
Hopefully we can do it again when I have a little bit more time.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Dude, this
We love part 2, dude.
One of my favorite episodes.
We haven't even really kind of got into anything. We just kind of
Brush the
dabbled
surface.
a little bit. There's still so much more that I can get into, especially with professional wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck, I can go hours. I can go hours with professional wrestling of the shit I hate and the shit that I like. You know, it's yeah. So.
Last thing I gotta say is, man, you enjoy that California sun, brother.
Bro, it's
I
fucking
miss it.
Bro, I've thought about moving so many times.
Don't move to Michigan.
And then I walk outside my door and I walk my dogs and it's 75 fucking degrees outside. The sun's shining in my fucking face. And I think to myself, there's fuckers shoveling snow right now. Why the fuck would I want to move?
Oh, shit.
It is 27 degrees here right now. We are in the middle of a snowstorm. We're expected to get 10 inches of snow tonight.
We had 41 mile per hour winds and just driving rain today. So yeah,
it's like 60 degrees outside right now.
We're like around 40 something here.
God,
yeah, it's like 60.
All right, Sledge. It's all you, buddy.
All right, guys, that is it. I am done. The podcast is over, I guess. I don't know if they're going to keep going or if they're not going to keep going. I don't know, but I'm going to go. But if you guys want to catch me on Twitch, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I go live on twitch.tv/sledge805 at 10:30 Pacific Daylight Time. Every once in a while, I will go live on a Saturday or Sunday to do a live reaction video. So please come join me. Follow me on all my social medias at Sledge805 on everything. That's TikTok. That is Twitter, verified on Twitter, Instagram. You name it, Sledge805 is on it. I keep it easy for everybody. I'll see you guys down the road, and hopefully we get done with down to do a part 2. Adios, everybody. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Bow.
The Metalhead Maniac Sledge. I got his nickname right. Matt didn't. Let's all remember that.
There's your cue, buddy.
There's your cue.
Have a good night, man.
Later, guys.
Thanks,
Peace.
Sledge, man.
Thank you.
805. 805, that's an area code, just in case you all didn't know.
We know.
I used to have an 805 area code about 24 years ago.
I hope Sledge watches this or listens to this. He's not in the green room anymore. Matt, if he doesn't pass this along, Zacky Monstar just said, well, looks like it's me and Sledge at the anniversary show.
I'll text him after.
Wow.
I did it. I did the thing.
Crazy things happen on the Uncut podcast, dude.
When you go uncut, big things happen.
We change history.
And just what a wonderful show.
For a show that gets 20 people a fucking week on YouTube, by God, wrestling happens on this show.
But I got one confession.
What, Robbie?
I think Bret Hart's a piece of shit too. No, I'm just kidding.
That's gonna be yep. We're gonna remember that later.
No.
That's getting saved for part 2. Hey, we want to show you this clip.
We want to show you this clip after you left.
I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
No, we're not showing him that part. So we'll definitely have Sledge back for part 2. He was fun. I mean, he kicked my ass, but besides that, he was great.
Yeah, dude,
Somebody had to. It took 26 episodes.
Hardcore, but dude, man, he really has a heart too.
Dude, that last part, like
Yeah.
legitimately, I just had to sit back and listen. That was good shit.
Yeah. And he's got the kind of I don't know, the kind of a vibrato, the kind of the attitude that I think could reach some people too. That he's like he could reach hard heads. You know, I think he'd be good in that capacity.
He does a lot of that. As somebody who like interacts with a lot of his shit, Sledge, a lot of the stuff he does is either kind of like how Alex Kane is now trying to explain a little bit of the business to people and teach people some of the business. Sledge,
I didn't get to ask him about making people famous.
No,
now we got to get him back for part
That's
2.
why we got to get him back, yeah. But also, like he takes the time to talk to people, and he's like he was just here. He's very open about his recovery and his return, basically from where he was to where he is, and that's something that you don't see too much of within the wrestling business, where people pull back that fourth wall on themselves. So for somebody that is so genuine about himself, that's part of why like him and I click so well, and him and I have just instantly, him and I became really good friends. We've only known each other like a month and a half though. Who would have thought? We met during the whole taking down an empire.
Yeah.
Oh, that was definitely a good guest, Matt, dude. Thank you from me personally, from me to you, man. That was a good one, dude.
Shit.
That was a great.
Well, gentlemen, while I have you here, and while we still have an audience, because I'm assuming they're still watching, I'd like to make an announcement.
Oh fuck!
No, this is a good one. This is good. I already put it on the TikTok, or not the TikTok. I put it on the Twitter at Uncut_podcast. This has been scrolling across the bottom, but March the 27th, in the year of our Lord 20 and 22.
Praise science.
Nick White returns to professional wrestling.
No shit.
In Centerville, Tennessee, at the Rumble for Row, the Stables Event Center. It's going to be a Sunday afternoon. I don't want to fuck up the time, so I'm not going to say it. I think it's like 5 o'clock. I'm going to be managing my brother, JC Crow. Going to be in a big battle royal. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be JC's first match in like 3 years. So anybody who watches this show that was a fan of the old filth days when Nick White was managing, you know, when we were fucking serial killers from the woods, your boys are back. I'm going to be spewing blood. AFI is going to be playing. Maybe Bring Me the Horizon. I haven't decided, but might be a little Shadow Moses. Who knows what's going to happen?
Ooh.
Is there any way? Is there any way we can watch that?
There's not. I'm going to try to get video of it, at least to put it on the YouTube. Or
dude,
at least
tell Alicia to bring one of her ugly friends.
Who?
Dude.
Who?
Your wife.
You mean Alicia? My wife?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What did I say?
Jesus Christ.
You said Alicia twice.
Oh, that's my daughter's name's Alicia. That's why.
Okay.
Alicia.
All right. I'm going to give you that one.
Have Alicia bring one of her. Have Alicia bring one of her ugly friends to David.
We do. It does need to be an ugly friend because there's going to be a lot of wrestlers there, and they're all perverts. Not me. I'm old and married, but a lot of perverts. But yeah, there will be. I'm sure there will be video to be found somewhere.
I hope.
I'm going to try to get at least some clips. I hopefully we get our own entrance. Hopefully, so I can at least do the blood.
You know what?
Just spitting blood.
Since we're doing a cheap plug, a little cheap plug fest, Robbie, if you've got something built up, you know, fucking spew it in a minute. But since we're doing cheap plugs, I'm gonna do one too, because Nick has been talking how he's so pro me and how he's gonna do all this shit. But we have a certain fruit named friend named Apricot who has been blowing the doors off him lately, and I want to piggyback off what Apricot has done. So on my Twitter, I've been posting some of my videos that I've been doing, and he has not only been tagging What Culture in them, saying, you know, this is the guy that you should have. He even went and emailed What Culture personally, and then sent me the email after saying, hey, I went and did this for you, trying to say that you're the guy. So thank you to Apricot and everybody else. Get on Apricot's level, go tag their asses too, because I want to be the What Culture TikTok guy. How fucking dope would that be? God,
fucking superstar.
And I ain't got nothing.
Not you, isn't it, Matt?
It's a struggle, bro.
It's got to be hard being Matt Minnick.
I have nothing to plug. That's my announcement.
Hey.
Well, that was good job, Robbie. Yeah, but no, seriously, everybody go follow him. Look, this is all just one giant venture to make Matt famous. So,
Oh yeah, dude, follow Robbie Cutthroat at Rob Ungle. That's ROBUNGUL 1974.
he tried. I will say, Robbie's TikTok and Twitter are on our link tree in bio on Twitter. So definitely go check out all our Twitters and TikToks. I'm really active on Twitter. He's really active on TikTok. Robbie's really active on, I don't know, Friendster or something.
My,
Might be, I don't think he's on MySpace yet. He's
Yeah.
getting there though. God bless him.
he
But
does.
What do we
next
do? We got,
week,
yeah.
we're gonna be back next week. An old friend of mine, a guy who's really like, I've watched this guy rebuild his career so many times, and he's fucking right on the precipice. I'm glad we're getting him now because I think in another year it'd be damn near impossible. Next week, Southern Strong Style. Toby Farley's going to be our guest on the show. Going to be a blast. I'm going to make fun of him for like an hour. If y'all want to hear me roast somebody, it's going to happen. I might get JD Drake to roast him. I'm going to try.
It's like all
JD roasts him better than anybody.
all the payback for what the
Sledge
for what Sledge did to you.
Sledgerton did to me, Toby Farley has to reap the fucking benefits.
It's so hilarious. He lets me call him that. By the way, I just was live on TikTok and I just randomly started. I was like, what kind of goofy ass name can I give him with Sledge? Because I don't know his real name and I'm not going to use it government style on him. So I was like, you know what? Good morning, Sledgerton. How are we today? And he just started busting up laughing. Like, oh, okay, cool. It passed. He's not going to want to kick my ass. We're cool. Whew.
So, with that, gentlemen, it's been a blast. I will guess see you guys next week for Uncut Podcast episode 27 with Toby Farley. Roberto,
Yo,
Don't do it.
I gotta do it.
gotta do it.
It's like the thing now. It's his high spot. Robbie,
Yo,
how many clicks is it?
1 and 2.
I hate you guys.
Mid